After its debut as weightlifting in the Tokyo 1964 Paralympic Games, the sport, now known as powerlifting, expanded from just male lifters with a spinal cord injury to include athletes with physical impairments that affect their lower limbs or hips, or athletes with short stature. Female powerlifters made their Paralympic debut in 2000. Powerlifting is the ultimate test of upper body strength, and you'll often see athletes lifting more than 3 times their own body weight. Powerlifters are split into 10 different categories based on body weight for each gender. Powerlifting consists of one discipline, a bench press. Unlike the able-bodied sport where athletes use their feet on the floor to assist the bench press, Paralympic athletes lie totally flat on a completely different style of bench. Each competitor has 2 minutes to complete their attempt. When the lifter has the bar under full control, they must wait until they receive the command, start. Start! Then they have to lower the bar in a controlled manner and definitively stop it on the chest. Next, they press it upwards, lock out both elbows simultaneously and hold the bar under control until the referee's command to wrap. At least 2 white lights are required from 3 referees for a good lift. A red light indicates a bad lift. Athletes have 3 attempts, and the winner is the athlete that lifts the heaviest weight. In the 3rd round, 2 weight changes are permitted. The weight change can be higher or lower. No changes are allowed if the lifter has already been called to the platform by the speaker, and/or if the bar has already been loaded. To attempt a new record, it must exceed the previous one set by a minimum of 0.5 kilograms. Where a world record is broken during the actual 3 lifts of competition, the 0.5 kilograms does not count towards the competition total, but is rounded down to the full kilogram. The jury may allow a 4th attempt for a world record. This adds suspense to the competition, as a lifter could break the world record but may not win gold. Powerlifting offers a tense and dramatic spectacle where coaches have to be good strategists as their athletes battle to outlift their rivals.
So your lineup for Group B of the women's 86 kilo final, starting with Bhavana Sharma of India at 70 kg. First time we're seeing her in international competition. And Marian Serrano of Chile is ended up in Group B as well, even though she is one of the continental champions. She's the reigning America's champion from 2018. And our referees, Conrado Brunacci, Norcia Mohammed and Katarina Lesova. And here is your jury this morning. And a very good morning from Will Downing. This is the only women's event that is on today. It is day 7 overall of these World Powerlifting Championships in Tbilisi in Georgia. And the latest title to be decided, the women's 86 kg final. So, happy Friday! The women's up to 86 kilo final is coming.
4, 3, 2, 1. Are you ready for Powerlifting? The bar is ready at 70 kilos. Our first athlete representing India's Sharma.
So it's a major championship debut to get us underway for India's Sharma. Well, she turns 28 in the next fortnight. And she's going to get our competition underway at 70 kg. Our earliest lift of the competition, and in this Group B we've got 7 overall, and we go all the way up to 110 for Marian Serrano a little bit later. So 70 for Sharma. And that's an excellent start. 2 out of 3 in her favour, and well, that's got this competition rolling quite nicely. That's what you always want from an opening lift, especially if it's somebody who we haven't seen at this level before. And it's been a great week for India. They, Kazakhstan, El Salvador winning a medal for the first time at these World Powerlifting Championships. And here's another major championship debut from Kyrgyzstan. It's Mirgul Bolotalieva, 75 kilos, a lifetime best from the Dubai World Cup back in June. She finished 7th in that, based in Bishkek. And she's come on the global scene at the age of 36. So going for 83 here to put her into the lead and give her a new lifetime best by 8 kilos. It's from a general part of the world where we've been quite a bit for major championships. Most recent Worlds in that region in nearby Kazakhstan. Asian Championships too in Almaty. So 83. That's 3 out of 3. And Bolotalieva gets her lifetime best. And she can aim a bit higher in the competition and try and do it all over again. Well, we have in this weight division pretty much all the champions. Two clearances, Sharma and Bolotalieva. Now another major championship debutante is coming. Focus ready. For Chile, Macarena Montero, 80 her lifetime best. That was in her home country. It was in Santiago a couple of years ago. She was the Chilean champion then, and she won gold in the Lima World Cup in 2019, but we haven't seen her subsequently at the Pan Ams. Victor Rubilar is her national coach. She always says not necessarily the person on stage, and not in this case. So we're seeing her Asia champion for the first time. 90 is her target in this opening round. 80 the lifetime best. She's 23. And this for the lead on 90. Take an early advantage in this Group B. And 2 out of 3 in her favour, that's good. The one against was bar control actually, but no worries about that. It is a good lift, and Macarena Montero, hey, in the lead. That was a nice solid lift there. No issue on the press as we go to Lee, young son of Korea. 115 a lifetime best. That goes back a while. The Asian Championships in Almaty in 2015. Referencing them earlier. Lee, the Asian Games silver medalist twice. Asian Para Games 2018 in Jakarta, 2014 in Incheon. 4th in her 2 Asian Championships, including that one in Almaty. In 2015, she's based in Busan. They've staged the World Championships before. And her husband, Kim Dae-sun, we've seen him in wheelchair rugby. Best global result coming in the Paralympic Games just recently in Tokyo. She was 7th in that, nice result. Twice she has been 8th in World Championships. Lee is going for 100 here, which is 15 off her lifetime best. So Lee going for 100, and that to put her top of the pile. That was quite capably done, and not an issue with it. 3 out of 3. And Lee goes into the top. She can get her glasses back now, which is handy as well. Decent lift. And it was 3 out of 3 in her favour as well. That's going to be an interesting thing about the glasses, because you take them off to lift. Well, next up anyway, Yang Jae-won, also for Korea. And 85 is her lifetime best from Kitakyushu 3 years ago, where she won Bronze in the Asia Oceanic Championships. It's the only major championship that we've seen her in. She was 7th in the World Cup in Eger in 2017. That helped her along the way a lot. 100 kg is her target for this. 85 a lifetime best, so this would add 15 onto the biggest lift of her career. So Lee and Yang both going for 100. Lee got hers, so what about Yang? That's 2 and against, and that's on the chest sequence for both. Press looked fine. Chest sequence where could have definitely done more. Alina Kameka up now for Ukraine, and 110 a lifetime best from the Dubai World Cup this year. Going for 101. European Championship silver and bronze previously, and not most recently though in Berg-Samer. She didn't register a mark there. Bronze in 2015 in Eger. Silver in the first Euros in election in Russia in 2013. Seventh in her first World Championships in 2014 in Dubai, and she's not been able to match that since, but she has a Paralympics result of 6th in Rio. Bronze in the Manchester World Cup this year, silver in Tbilisi, and 5th in that Dubai World Cup, which she'd done so well in terms of her weight. $101 for Kameko. And that's good as well. Originally was looking at 106, but aimed down, and that was the right call. And now she is in the lead. Decent lift for Kameko, and that was quite faultless. And that gives her the big advantage. One more to go in Group B, and this is the America's champion for Chile, Marian Solano, whose lifetime best 117, that came in the Paralympic Games in Tokyo, where she finished 6th, won senior and junior gold in the Americans in Bogota in 2018, bronze in the Pan Am subsequently the year after in Lima, silver in the European Open in Berg-Samer in 2018, ahead of winning those America's golds. She was by that stage the youth Para-Pan Am champion and had won at the age of 16 the gold at the Rio World Cup at the start of the year ahead of the Rio Paralympic Games. One gold in that, didn't compete in Rio for the second time for that other thing that was on there that year. Victor Rubilar is a national team coach again, and based in Santiago. And Marian Sarara going for 118. That'll be a lifetime best if she gets this. She'll be a whopping lead as well. And she has. Nice clean result by Sarana. That is excellent. 118. And she is our leader. And if she keeps this up, she's got a good chance of leading for a good chunk into Group A as well. Interesting angle. It worked. Well, it was straight to her. That's fine. Marian Serrano leads after the opening round, 118 for Chile. Alina Kameka in the silver for Ukraine, 101, and Lee third for Korea with 100. Macarena Montero in fourth for Chile on 90. Boratalieva and Sharma lifting successfully as well, and the other leading names will come in Group A, but remember there's a 30-minute gap between the end of this Group B and Group A subsequently. So to the second round. It's Sharma for India, she's going for 80. And this again would be a new lifetime best for her. So 80 for Bhawana Sharma. No, it's 3 against her for a variety of reasons. 2 of them the press sequence, our middle referee for bar control. So she's not got that. And all 3 giving a vote against. So no joy or success for her on that occasion. And quite a bit to sort out by the looks of it too. I think there was actually a little bit of oh yeah, there you can see it was really going awry. So Sharma misses out on 80, and next up Mirgul Bolatalieva aiming for 88. And this too would be a new lifetime best for her. Well, Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan always send a really large team, and Kazakhstan unearthing a lot of new talent for the World Championships in 2019. Turkmenistan usually have a few, and now we're beginning to see them come through from Kyrgyzstan as well, which is more the merrier. 88 for Bolatalieva. good experience picked up in that Dubai World Cup. During the summer, this for 88. Kind of slowed down a bit on the way, but all three have gone against her for that, and it was the press sequence that they weren't happy with. Extra weight on the bar paid its toll, definitely. She was having her problems with that. It was okay up to this point, and then just got a bit rugged on the way up. I'm seeing it again. Not as bad as it might have come across with the naked eye at first. Doesn't help her, mind you, now. That's next up for Chile, Macarena Montero. Got 90 in the opening round and going for 94 now. And again, this would be a new lifetime best for her. By a long way, by 14 kilos from this morning. She'll stay in 4th place despite this. That was, yeah, a bit slanted. And the expected result. Press sequence, all three. That might just be beyond her potential today. Got 90 well, 94 just completely unbalanced it. And actually she was having problems on the way down, to be honest. Might have just got away with the chest sequence, but then it was just too awkward on the press, and no, I wasn't going to get that. Hopefully we'll have a couple of cracks at that in the warm-up area and maybe be in a position to get that sorted next time she's back. Young J1 is next for Korea, aiming for 100. Missed in the opening round, would have been a lifetime best, 85, her previous best. Well, this will get her on the board in 4th place above Macarena, if she's successful with it. has already cleared 100. Now it's Yang's turn if she can make it work. Oh, got it lifted. Got a clean bill of health as well. She goes up into 4th place, 3 out of 3. That'll be all good.
Spotter loaders, 106 kilos. Rack height 13.
All good. Nothing major to fault. She gets the pass, she gets the 100, and she gets into the top 4 and slots in at 100 kg alongside her teammate Lee Young-sun. But we're not seeing her next. She's overtaking Alina Kameko in attempted weight in this second round. Kameko had lifted 101 in the opening round for Ukraine, but going for 106 now. She's a 110 lifter in her career. Really successful 2021 in the World Cup circuit. Those medals, I mean the silver here in Tbilisi, gold in Manchester in March. It's among the higher echelons for her. Yeah, something's not quite right. $106 is to put her even stronger in the silver medal position. And she's got it. That's good. 3 out of 3. And Kameko continues to improve and impress. That's only 4 off her lifetime best now. But she may be knocked off second spot despite that. She was happy it came. I wonder how high she can go in the 3rd round now. So Lee Young-sun is going for 107, having cleared a 100 in the opening round. 115 she's gone in her career. Seventh in Tokyo, where she lifted 90. Missed 2 attempts at 95. And even if she'd matched her lifetime best there and added a little bit to it, it still would have been the 7th place where she ended up finishing. Could have been a title battle for the medals there. There were a few attempts around 120, 115 from Al-Hajjaj of Jordan, Hanan Al-Majidi of Iraq, which didn't pay off. So for those who were knocking around a little lower than that, likely it meant they gained a couple of places at least. Currently in the bronze medal position, this would push her up into silver. So here's Lee, 107. That's going to be beyond that. Gave it a decent belt. Wasn't fully raised at all. She misses out. Maybe there's potential there for the final lift, but did struggle halfway up. Yeah, just too awkward as it was on the press and barely made it to halfway for her. So now the heaviest attempt in this second round. It was a very impressive lifetime best from Marion Serrano now, which was 110. She lifted 117 in Tokyo, 118 in her first round this morning, and now going for 122 for Chile. Marion Serrano. And to have a women's event where there are 2 Chileans in it, by the way, that's the progress they're making. They have a really good team, men and women both. Chesterfield, St. Louis hosting the America's Championship next year. And then, home sweet home, Santiago for the Para-Pan-Ams in 2023. So here she is for a new lifetime best. She's got that. 2 out of 3. She leads by a good bit, and she could make a little bit of progress into those in Group A. I have to say, I don't remember her taking that little sort of side angle like that. I can't recall her doing that before. Maybe she has. It definitely stands out. And for her, it's working. And if it's working, keep doing it. Marion Serrano, 122. She is our leader. Alina Kameko for Ukraine in silver. Lee and Yang now, 3rd and 4th on 100. And Macarena, 5th for Chile. Bhavana Sharma up next for India. She had a go at 70, got the lifetime best there. Second attempt 80 would have added 10 for another personal record for her. Didn't quite work out, but she's going again in round 3, and this for 80. It just will not happen, and even more so in this round. Can't fault the ambition, but it was a lifetime best at 70 and look to add 10 onto it. I know we're in the heavier of the weight categories now, so you're more naturally adjusted to it. Well, that was a bit of a leap of faith. And no success for her in trying to push through, and it really didn't get very far at all. It's been interesting talking to a few powerlifters this week about how high they can go in training, and a lot of cases able to go higher in training than under the stricter conditions in competition, which absolutely bucks what you get. I know the likes of athletics, because they'll tell you they will never go as high in training as they do in competition. They've got the extra adrenaline, be it the high jump or the pole vault. They just will not get anywhere near what they can do in competition. And the same goes on the track, same goes in swimming, but in this, you're able to do a bit more away from the glare of the stage. Boletieva wasn't able to get her last attempt very high. That's wrapping up at about 88. was a very good lifetime best of 83 in the previous round, but it's kind of like we've seen with Bhawana Sharma, going for another lifetime best and adding a chunk more onto the bar has made it a bit less possible. Boletieva struggled quite a bit at 88. Sharma did a bit in the second round in 80 and completely just now. So we'll see if Boletieva is able to go in the opposite direction and to lift this at 88 for another new lifetime best. Well, she's got that raised nicely. It's 2-1 against, didn't get it. It was very close. I mean, she knows at least on the stage that she can get it raised up. And if she was to come out and get another one, another go, another attempt at it, probably she would nail it completely this time. She really wasn't that far off, but just sort of penalised. As it turned out for the chest motion, not for the press. So on we go. Sharma has missed. Boletieva has missed. And in this final round, Macarena Montero for Chile got 90, missed 94, going for 94 once more, and it's another shot at a lifetime best. First three who we've seen, actually 4 of the first 5 who we're going to see in this last round have all had a lifetime best so far in this competition, which I don't think you can ask much more than that, really. Well, she's going to stay in 5th place, but this would be a new best for her. Macarena had gone to 80 previously in her career. 90 is nicely. She wasn't majorly far away with that 94, I thought, last time. Well, that looked a bit better. She's not going to get it at all, and it's the chest sequence, all of them. Voted that down. The press was strong. Nobody had a fault with that. Chest sequence didn't go right. Macarena Montero in 5th on 90, and it went wrong with this bit here. Hardly any contact at all, maybe none. Yeah, you can tell from there was a side angle would have made it probably all the more obvious, but if you can see from the high angle that there's no contact, then that's not going to work out. It's a pity because that press was really good and she'd have got that otherwise, I think. The 2 lifters from Korea going for 107. And in the case of Young, who we'll see shortly, that'll be an attempt at a lifetime best. This is Lee Young-sung first, looking to go into 2nd place. A reminder, after these lifts, a 30-minute break minimum before we go into the medal area in Group A. If you like alternative angles from the action you're watching, tons of them on Instagram and the stories. By the way, like we're all mashed up here, probably we're sounding a bit muffled. I get a feeling it's probably playing havoc with the live subtitles on the online services on which you can watch. which I presume is provided by them. I'm pretty sure it's not somebody typing quickly, although I'd like to think it is. 107 then. And for Lee, this will be the biggest attempt since she got the 1-2-2. Well, here she is, raised up. Not the quickest, and the chest sequence going against her. And across the board from them, bar control from one of our referees, press from our middle referee, but they all voted down the chest sequence, all three of them. So she doesn't get that. She successful with the original lift of 100, and the next two at 107, which she has done in her career, has gone beyond that. Unsuccessful. On the other hand, we hadn't seen anything above 100 previously in the career of Yang Jae-won, but she has got there at the second attempt, getting 100. And this for 107. Well, she tidied the lift at the second attempt at 100. Yang, who did brilliantly to get that bronze. It was Korea 2-3. It was Korea 3-4 actually in the Asia Oceania Championships. Lee was fourth, Yang was third. Lee then went on to win silver at the Asian Games for the second time. Yang was not at that though, which I'm guessing is one per nation per weight category. As it is at the Paralympics. So Yang 107 going for the second place, and still 2 to lift in this third round. Well, certainly it looked tidy on the press, and it was. It's 3 out of 3. Well, that's great. She's added 22 kilos to her lifetime best today, and she didn't get the first attempt right, but the next two were smashing. And there is, well, a bit of puffing from her as she's making her way down the ramp while you're watching this again. That was a lovely lift, but there's a bit of jubilation, a bit of excitement. Oh, that was a terrific lift. That was really good. And that sends her up into second, knocks Kameko down to third for Ukraine. Kameko going here for 111, which, despite all of her successes, 2 medals at European Championships, this actually would be a lifetime best. And she's changed that. She's gone for 108 now. She's originally thinking about a lifetime best. Wasn't going to make any difference to whether she'd be second or not coming out of the group, and those who are going in Group A are going in advance of this. (108), Alina Kameko. too much, unfortunately. Spotters had to intervene. And she ends on 106. 101, 106, that's a lot for today. That's good though. Just as well that the original thought of going for a new lifetime best, they changed their mind on it. At 108. Just couldn't quite get that through. So now we've got one more attempt in Group B. It's Marian Serrano for Chile, who's cleared 118 and 122. And here she comes out for 125 and a half. Why the half? She's going for the Americas record. 125 would match the mark of Paralympics of Mexico. Obviously, towards the overall result in the competition, it'll be rounded down to the 125. But this is going for the record of Barcenas, set at the Kuala Lumpur a World Cup in February 2016. Serrano lifted 117 in Tokyo. So, if Perla Barcenas is watching somewhere, tilt by Serrano at the Americas record, and she'll lead by a huge amount, 19 kilos clear of Kumeko if she gets this. Well, she's got it lifted, Serrano. Was that good enough? Afraid not. And it was the chest sequence from all three. Not unhappy with the press at all, because they can press multiple buttons on their new key pads. That would have been for the new Americas record. She didn't get it, but it was the chest sequence. And yeah, there's a bit of a visible gap. Gonna have to watch back loads of videos of her. I don't remember seeing a kind of an angle like that before, but it's working for her well. You've got to say she's added quite a lot to her lifetime best today. Almost got the Americas record. Just had to get that chest sequence a bit more tighter, and she was almost there. But she is leading, and leading by a good amount going into Group A, and she has lifted in excess of the first few attempts in Group A, certainly as they are currently pitched. And she leads, even without that, new America's record by 15, clear of Yang, who came up really well on the side. Quite a lot of lifetime bests. I think 4 out of these 7 of lifetime bests. Serrano leads 122 for Chile. Yang in second for Korea, 107. Kumeko third for Ukraine. Lee fourth for Korea, 100. And Macarena with 90. Bolotuyeva for Kyrgyzstan, 83. Sharma in 7th for India on 75 of those 7 have got lifetime best. Serrano as well now, and almost that America's record, which still belongs to Paula Barcenas. She gave that a good go. Just that chest sequence was off. Otherwise, she'd be even further clear. Highlights coming, and the A category will start in 35 minutes time. It's Marian Serrano who leads.
After its debut as weightlifting in the Tokyo 1964 Paralympic Games, the sport, now known as powerlifting, expanded from just male lifters with a spinal cord injury to include athletes with physical impairments that affect their lower limbs or hips, or athletes with short stature. Female powerlifters made their Paralympic debut in 2000. Powerlifting is the ultimate test of upper body strength, and you'll often see after its debut as weightlifting in Tokyo 1964 Paralympics. After its debut as weightlifting in the Tokyo 1964 Paralympic Games, the sport, now known as powerlifting, expanded from just male lifters with a spinal cord injury to include athletes with physical impairments that affect their lower limbs or hips, or athletes with short stature. After its debut as After its debut as weightlifting in the Tokyo 1964 Paralympic Games, the sport, now known as powerlifting, expanded
კაც დააყენებ, 20 კაც დააყენებ.
ვირმა რომ დამილეკა, კაროჩი, ორ დღეზე გადავანაწილეო ოპერატორები. ხო და კიდე რომ დამილეკოს ვეთქვი რომ მეთქი. ხოდა უთხარია, არა, ხოლმე დავვრიდი. აი მეთქი ანუ სვეჩი გუშინ ხმა არაფერში გუშინ მე მინდოდა და რეკვა რომ მეთქი აღარ
After its debut as weightlifting in the Tokyo 1964 Paralympic Games, the sport, now known as powerlifting, expanded from just male lifters with a spinal cord injury to include athletes with physical impairments that affect their lower limbs or hips, or athletes with short stature. Female powerlifters made their Paralympic debut in 2000. Powerlifting is the ultimate test of upper body strength, and you'll often see athletes lifting more than 3 times their own body weight. Powerlifters are split into 10 different categories based on body weight for each gender. Powerlifting consists of one discipline, a bench press. Unlike the able-bodied sport where athletes use their feet on the floor to assist the bench press, Paralympic athletes lie totally flat on a completely different style of bench. Each competitor has 2 minutes to complete their attempt. When the lifter has the bar under full control, they must wait until they receive the command, start. Start! Then they have to lower the bar in a controlled manner and definitively stop it on the chest. Next, they press it upwards, lock out both elbows simultaneously and hold the bar under control until the referees command to wrap. At least 2 white lights are required from 3 referees for a good lift. A red light indicates a bad lift. Athletes have 3 attempts, and the winner is the athlete that lifts the heaviest weight. In the 3rd round, 2 weight changes are permitted. The weight change can be higher or lower. No changes are allowed if the lifter has already been called to the platform by the speaker, and or if the bar has already been loaded. To attempt a new record, it must exceed the previous one set by a minimum of 0.5 kilograms. Where a world record is broken during the actual 3 lifts of competition, the 0.5 kilograms does not count towards the competition total, but is rounded down to the full kilogram. The jury may allow a 4th attempt for a world record. This adds suspense to the competition, as a lifter could break the world record but may not win gold. Powerlifting offers a tense and dramatic spectacle where coaches have to be good strategists as their athletes battle to outlift their rivals.
Representing People's Republic of China, representing Ukraine, Natalia Olinik. Representing Brazil, Diana Medeiros. Representing Great Britain, Louise Sugden. And representing Nigeria, Lasade Olufalayo. These are the athletes in the women's up to 86 kilo Group A category. First lift, just over 3.5 minutes away.
So the women's up to 86 kilo final. Marian Serrano currently leading for Chile, and we have the world record holder Folashade Olawafamiayo in this for Nigeria. 152, that mark this year in Tokyo in the Paralympic Games. It is a really good, strong field. As you would expect, we have all the champions. The African World Paralympic Champion Olawafamiayo, Asian Games Champion Zheng Feifei, the Americas Champion Marian Serrano, the other Americas Champion Diana Medeiros, a different weight division. This is a nice strong field. And Louis Sugden of Great Britain is the European champion. Not only that, Rana Mahmood has been World and Paralympic champion herself multiple times. Just about everybody in this has won major championship medals. Corrado Bracci, Norcia Mohammed and Ekaterina Laserva are our referees. And there's the jury. And all ready for should be a really captivating women's up to 86 kilo final. The last 3 women's finals the past 2 days have been nothing short of spectacular, thrilling and impossible to predict. Same today, let's hope so.
The bar is ready. Are you ready for Powerlifting? 118 kilos. First attempt. Representing Jordan.
So here we go then. It is Group A, and for Jordan it is Tawa Taisir Hamdan El Hajjaj, the Asian Para Games silver medalist, the Paralympics silver medalist from 2016. No mark for her in Tokyo, had she done so. At the peak, 121. Well, she'd have come fifth, but if she got it early in the competition, you imagine she'd have been pushing for a medal, perhaps. Having already won one in Rio. Bronze in the last two continental events, the Asia-Oceania Championships and the Asian Games. Silver in the Asian Para Games in Incheon in 2014. And the West Asian Games silver in 2019 as well. She's kicking off with 118, and this to put her into the silver medal position. .127 her best. She could challenge that today. But before that, needed to get the lift and didn't. It was the press sequence. 2-1 against, and from both referees that voted that down. That's what caused them the difficulty. There wasn't a level press. So now for Egypt, Amani Ali, 123, is a target to go into the gold medal position above Marion Serrano, who leads on 122. Would have led for a few more lifts had she got that attempted America's record of 125. 131 is the lifetime best of Amanda Ali, so she can definitely go a bit higher than this target. The 2010 world champion, Amani Ali, is bronze in 04 and 2016 at the Paralympic Games, 4th in Tokyo. And she was edged out in the head-to-head of body weight by Louise Sugden of Great Britain, who we see later. 123 for Ali. That was quite straightforward. She is our new leader. Marion Serrano of Chile drops to second spot. climbs up into first place. Gold in Kuala Lumpur in 2010, coached by Mohammed El Alfat. That was good and straightforward. Nothing to unduly criticise, and that puts her into first place. Also from Egypt, Randa Mahmoud, 144, her best from the African Games in Brazzaville at 6 years ago. World champion in Dubai in 2014, in Mexico City in 2017, the Rio 2016 Paralympic champion. This time, 5th in Tokyo. But it was not in this weight division. Lifted 128 in the over 86 kilo category. That in August. This for 123, and this for the lead. And this is good. Randa Mahmoud, 3 out of 3. Good lift. And she goes out in front. On the head-to-head and body weight, she's around 390 grams lighter than her teammate Amani Ali, and she goes into the gold medal position for now. But they can be edged out there head-to-head by Tiana Medeiros of Brazil, the America's champion, brilliantly supported by the Brazil team here. And she's even lighter in body weight by just 150 grams or so, 160 of Mahmoud, the Pan Am silver medalist, the America's champion, silver in the European Open Championships in Bergsamere 3 years ago, 8th in the last Worlds, 8th in the previous Worlds, 5th in the Paralympic Games. So what about here? Tiana Medeiros, it would be a lifetime best too of 123. That didn't take her long. Nothing wrong with it either. Perfect. 3 out of 3 for Tiana Medeiros, and she now leads. And all three in the top 3 have gone to 123. How about that for a congested leaderboard? It's a really good solid lift by Medeiros. Natalia Olinik of Ukraine next, 133, a lifetime best from the Tokyo Paralympic Games. And she's going for 125. The Paralympic Games silver medalist in the lower weight category of 79 kg, 5th in the World Championships. The European silver medalist in Bergsamere. It's his second World Championships, was 5th in the previous one. Andrei Ivchenko, her coach. Again, as we always say, that's not necessarily the person who's on stage with them. She's with the Renaissance Sports Institution. Hasn't needed a renaissance yet. She's been hot the whole time since she came on the World Paralifting scene. That for 125. And that puts her in front. For Ukraine, Natalia Olinik. Just a really good lift. Next up for Great Britain, Louise Sugden, the European champion, 131 kilos, her best from the Paralympic Games in Tokyo, where she picked up the bronze medal on the head-to-head, European gold, Commonwealth Games silver, 7th in the last Worlds, 10th in the ones before that, where she made her debut in Mexico City. And weighing in here at 126. And all those basketball successes with the British team, the 5 Euro bronzes, the World Cup in 2014. And you hit the heights in one sport and then you cross over to another one and you do the same thing there. Well, that'll do. Lifted 131 for that Paralympics bronze in Tokyo. One, 2, 6. Got it. All three. And she's our new leader. 2 to go in this opening round, and Louise Sugden hits the front. Well, she can go further than that. As we've seen in Tokyo, 5 kilos higher in competition. Zheng Fei for China, 147 she lifted in the last World Championships in Nur Sultan, and that was silver. Silver in the Paralympic Games on 139, behind the woman who goes after her. 127 she's aiming for here. 1 Paralympic silver, 2 World Silvers. She's the reigning Asian Para Games and Asia Oceania champion. Still lives in Handan, where she was born. Coach Li Zheng. $127. So 127 for the lead. No hesitation whatsoever, and it was so fast, so strong. You couldn't see anything wrong with it. Zheng Fei is our new leader for China, and there is 1 more to come. The world record holder, the African world and Paralympic champion, Folashade Oluwafemiayo for Nigeria. 151. her lifetime best in regular competition. The world record's 152, which she did with the power lift in Tokyo with the 4th attempt. And you don't get to break continental records at the Paralympics. So her Africa record is 150.5 Manchester World Cup, because Oluwafemi, she's won the last 2 world titles. Tokyo 2020 gold in 2021, London 2012 silver, gold in the African Championships in Algiers in 2018, and all those World Cup titles as well. Faisa Tanare, the immensely busy national team coach, 140. And it's just remarkable that she can make that look a breeze. Her lead is 13 kilos in this opening round, and it can only get bigger. Oluwafemi just gliding through. An immense amount of strength, and internally probably a lot of effort, and she just makes that look simple. It's anything but that. Oluwafemi leads for Nigeria, 140. Sheng Feifei second for China, 127. Louise Sugden, bronze for Great Britain, 126. Olinik 125, Medeiros 123, Mahmoud 123, Ali 123. As easy as. Into round 2, Tawa Al-Hajjaj, not on the board, missed at 118, but she's keeping her path going. 1, 2, 3, and this would put her 5th. Well, like a good few, Al-Hajjaj has been a Paralympian in para-athletics in the discus in 2004 and 2008. There's obviously quite a few who still double up and will compete in both. It's always handy when the calendars don't clash. Al-Hajjaj, 1, 2, 3, this to go 5th. It's very close to a lifetime best, but again it's no lift, and it's the press sequence from both referees who voted that down, and still to register a mark. Wasn't a level press on the way up. Next up for Egypt, Amani Ali, 128 she's targeting. Her lifetime best 131. Got 123 in the opening round. This to add 5 onto it for the bronze medalist in Athens and Rio. And she dedicated that bronze in Rio to her father, who passed away 2 days before the competition, because she felt he wouldn't have wanted her to pull out in those circumstances and to do something for him, and she did. Took 3rd place there, her 2nd Paralympic bronze, to go with the 2010 world title and the silver in Dubai. We didn't see her in Mexico City in 2017. You'll remember that schedule changed. It was 3 months later because of the earthquake around Mexico City. This to go into the silver medal position on 128. And she's got it. 3 out of 3 for the whiteout. It's almost like all of the three who were tied in the first round of man marking each other. They've all gone up to the same mark in this second round as well. Marian Serrano tried and missed out on the America's record earlier in this competition, held by Perla Bacenas at 125. And now Tiana Medeiros is going for it. Attempting 128 to go into the silver medal position. Medeiros, the America's champion, for a new America's record, and she's halted it. She's stalled on 128. It would have added 3 kilos to it. She'll have to reset, go back to the call room and try and work out how she does this. Didn't work out. Well, I'll tell you, at 123, the strain was showing. And from there, it went no further. No luck. No further. So now for Ukraine, Natalia Olinik. 128 she's going for as well. This is 5 kilos above her lifetime best. She has already broken it today. We were expecting to see her yesterday, actually, in the 79 kg final. But in the up to 86 decider instead, 123, that lifetime best, coming in the lower down weight category. 128 would put her into the silver medal position. Again on the head-to-head. Ali got it, Medeiros didn't. Olinik now. Well, she's got that for a lifetime best. She's got it raised anyway. And it has been given all 3. 3 out of 3 for Olinik. Good lift, white out. And she's made that look as if she lifts it every day. The Paralympic silver medalist at 79, European silver medalist, and now lying in the silver medal position, and we can be certain the main battle here is going to be for second place. She's currently leading it.
Thank you. The bar is 130 kilos. Representing Great Britain. Second attempt, Louise Sugden.
There's a bit of jumping around, interestingly, in this second round. Louise Sugden is lying in third spot at the end of the first round. She's down in 5th now. This to go second, but there's still 3 more to attempt after her in this second round. Born in Reading, lives in Newbury, and nowhere else. Her regular coach is Tom Whittaker. Those 10 years in wheelchair basketball, she played in every single championship for Great Britain. and in Paralifting she's qualified for every single championship since, and her lowest result in her debut, 10th, 7th in the World Championship, up to bronze in the Paralympic Games when it's come to more regional events like the Europeans and the Commonwealth Games, which both pretty much take in the same amount of countries. Europe, 55 countries. Commonwealth Games is maximum 60 when they all attend, and she's medalled in both of those, and particularly in the Europeans because she's the European champion. 130 for Louise Sugden. That'll be a new lifetime best when she gets it. White out, 3 out of 3, and Sugden is up into the silver medal position. Nice lift. And she's currently leading the big race, 5-6-way race for the silver medal, because that's all anybody else is thinking about. That's the main competition. And well, it's a similar story really in Tokyo as well. And the interesting thing is that, I mean, the silver was won by a margin of 8 kilos between second and third. Sheng Fei winning the silver, but she's in that big battle for silver. She's not decided to go very high yet. Randa Mahmoud now for Egypt. Cleared 123, going for 130. This would put her into the bronze medal position alongside Sugden, but on the head-to-head and body weight, Louise Sugden is just about 1.5 kilos lighter. But Mahmoud wants to go for 130 for now. But in any subsequent medals race, she'll always have to go 1 kilo higher than Sugden or Sheng, or for that matter, Medeiros or Olinik. Blink and you miss it. She's there. 3 out of 3 and she goes third. Randa Mahmoud. She's enjoying herself. The woman from Cairo, the former world and Paralympic champion, twice world champion. Paralympics in Rio. And look at that, just look at that. 130, she's into the medals, but can be knocked out of the medals by the Tokyo silver medalist Sheng Fei. Going for 131 here. It was 139 for silver at the Paralympics a few months ago. First year ever, by the way, we've had a Paralympics and World Championship in the same year, and everybody's hoping the last time. So Sheng for 131, and this to put her into the silver medal position by 1 kilo. Ahead of Mahmoud, ahead of Sugden. And Sheng Fei has got it raised cleanly, and she goes into the silver medal position. It is Sugden in third. It's the same 1, 2, 3 right now as in Tokyo. What a really good lift, and she can go higher, there's no doubt about that. Sheng's lifetime best so far, a maximum of 147. Polishade is going to aim for 144 here. Nobody anywhere near the 140s at the moment. It's a five-way battle for silver and bronze. It's a one-way battle for gold. Well, let's put it as simple as this. She is now the three-time world champion. This is a third world crown in a row. 140 in the opening round, and nobody is looking to challenge that in round 3. Now, if she misses this 144, maybe Sheng will change her mind, but at the moment, Sheng is looking for 137. Quite a lot of ambition in that final round, but nobody is looking to knock this woman off the top. I think they all have a feeling they just can't. So 144 for Folashade Oluwafa Miayo. And 144 is what she's got. She's the world champion again, simple as that, with 1 lift to go, and frankly, world champion with 2 lifts to go. She's just obliterated the field. The Paralympic champion, the world record holder, the Africa champion. It's a 3rd world title, that's that. 144. And she is just well clear. And the only limit is how heavy she can go. Folashade Oluwafa Miayo, she's won it. 144 for Nigeria. Zheng second for China, 131. Sugden third, 130. Mahmoud fourth, 130. Olinik fifth, 128. Ali sixth, 128. And those 3 are all going to try and go heavier than Sugden in round 3. Medeiros down in 7th. She's had a tilt at the Americas record, and that'll be on her mind again. Now, no successful lift yet for Tarwa Taisir Al-Hajjaj for Jordan, and she's going for 123 again here. Try not be left out. So there are 6 going for medals in the final round, 5 are going for silver. But if you throw in a record attempt from Medeiros, actually if you throw in the fact that Al-Hajjaj is trying not to be wiped out, they are all trying for something in this final round. And in fact, Medeiros has now decided not just to go for the America's record attempt, but she's now interested in Louise Sugden's bronze medal position. Al-Hajjaj, 1, 2, 3. Can she get it now? That looks to be her best lift of the day. The cleanest one, but was it clean enough? Yes, it was. Well, if only she'd done that first time is probably what she's thinking, but she has done it. 123, and everybody has a mark. It's just outside her lifetime best of 127, but Al-Hajjaj has made it count. She's made it work. 123, and she goes alongside Medeiros and beyond Medeiros into 7th place. Every single lift from here on in is an attempt at a medal. I tell you what, Louise Sugden, who is in the bronze medal position right now, is the second to lift of the 8, and she is obviously looking to improve. This to go up into silver Just think about this. Nobody's overtaken her. She's still third. But only Al Hajjaj lifting ahead of her in this third round. And this would be for a lifetime best. 4 clear of it. Of what she had coming into it. 128. She's already improved on that. Or 130. This for 132. But everybody's aiming to go way higher. She lifted 131 in Tokyo. So here she comes. This to go into the silver medal position. It'll be a new outright lifetime best of 132. Oh, it's 2-1 against. Press sequence on both. I reckon they might put a technical challenge in for that because she was close to it.
The technical challenge has been requested of the Sugden lift. It has been rejected.
She's missed out. So she stays on 130. That technical challenge has been lost. So she stays in third. And any successful lift from here will knock her out of the medals. She's got a Paralympic bronze. Will she get a World Championship bronze? She's basically relying on a whole series of misses now. Sugden came really close to that. It was 2-1 against. So, 6 to go. And Medeiros, by the way, aiming for 132. If Sugden had got 132, Medeiros wouldn't have been able to edge past her in the head-to-head. That's why everybody else has actually now had to go above Sugden, as she's one of the lightest on body weight in the competition. So Medeiros is going for a new America's record here. The America's record is 125 from Perla Bacenas, but the America's champion and the Para-Pan Am silver medalist reckons she has a chance of the bronze here at 132. Is she right? I'm afraid she's not. And there have been 3 attempts on the America's record today that have been unsuccessful. Well, you can't fault a bit of ambition, but she went way too high. You remember she had problems at 128, didn't clear it. But perhaps behind the scenes she went really strongly and felt really good about it. But on stage, 132 not achievable, she misses out and she stays in 8th. And a lot of this lifting actually doesn't affect the top 2 at all. Not currently. Every attempt, by the way, from here on in is an attempt on the silver, of course. Sheng on 131. Oluwafemi is, I'm not sure what she's doing in the call room. Either doing her own thing, training for what may be a world record attempt later on. She's going for 148 in this third round. Or maybe she's just a viewer like the rest of us. Seeing the rest battle about it and fret for a silver and bronze, while she's probably planning about how she'll put her gold medal on, how she'll pose for the photos, because she doesn't have to worry about anything else. She can let the likes of Olenique worry about a 132. 123 was her lifetime best coming into this. This for 132 to go into the silver medal position. It would knock Zheng Feifei down out of second for now and knock Louise Sugden out of the medals altogether. That's up. Could that be a lifetime best by 9 kilos? It surely is. Olinik is up into silver for Ukraine, and Zheng falls to third. That's a brilliant lift. And to think, she had been considering going for 135 earlier, up to 132 now. And she's up into the silver medal position. Great lift by the Paralympic silver medalist in the lower weight division and the European silver medalist. 4 to come. The latest to try their hand at silver, Amani Ali of Egypt, 133. Lying in 6th now and 128. Her lifetime best 131. So Mani Ali to go into the silver medal position, 133. This to go 3 for 3. That was a real struggle, that press. Let's see if they're happy with it. Not at all against her on bar control and the press sequence. All 3 referees voted that down, and her tilt for silver unsuccessful. And Amani Ali is 6th. Ends on 128.
Water Waters, 133 kilos. Ranking
12. Latest to go for silver, Randa Mahmoud of Egypt, and 133. So now, in 2nd place, Olinik, 132. In 2nd place, Zheng 3rd, 131. Sugden 4th, 130. Randa Mahmoud looking to go into the silver medal position. Randa Mahmoud for 2nd place, the former world champion. That's a powerful one at 133, but it's no lift against her for the chest sequence from 2 of the 3. She has gone into the 140s, 144 previously, but not today. Mahmoud at one stage had been looking at 135, but went slightly lower, 133, didn't get it. So she's missed out. There's only been 2 successful lifts in this round. Al-Hajjaj 123 just to get off the mark, and Olinik 132 to go into the silver medal position. Zheng overtaken by that. But if she gets this, the Chinese means she'll have won silver medals in all 3 of the World Championships she's competed in and all 4 of the Global Championships she's competed in, having won silver in Tokyo as well with 139. 133 will win silver here. And if she misses it, 132 will have won silver. The Asian Games champion. And Zheng lifted 136. The Asia Oceania Championship. It was actually silver there, not gold that she won there, because Lee went to 138 there. Anyway, at the World Championships for a silver for Zheng. And 133. And she's got it. And she has got it. 3 out of 3 and a whiteout for Zheng. She's back on the podium. And the silver medal is hers. Olinik, the bronze on 132. And all of those who had tried and missed. Well, in the case of Sugden, that's the lift that would have knocked her down to 4th if she'd got that 132 in the new lifetime best earlier on. And it also would have knocked out Ali and Mahmoud if they got 1-3, as Zheng is the lightest in the competition, would overtake everybody in the head-to-head. The only person she wouldn't overtake is right here, Folashade Oluwafemiayo, the now 3-time world champion, alongside her Paralympic crown from Tokyo. This is for 148 and a winning margin of 15 kilos. She's already won by 11. The world record holder, lifting 152 in Tokyo. She'd broken the world record with her last regular lift there on 151, and then felt good to go for another. Her previous world record had been set in Manchester at the World Cup in March of 150.5. And this is 148. .148. She is in some fettle, and she hasn't missed a mark all day. Oluwafemiayo, another world title. 3 world championships in a row she's been top, and that's absolutely fantastic. She is unstoppable. As good as it gets. What a magnificent athlete. Truly fantastic. So now the audience trying to persuade her to go on. And of course she will. She's going to go for another world record. Folashade Oluwafemiayo is going to try and break her own world record. Three times already this year, she set new world records. 150.5 in Manchester, 151 and then 152 in Tokyo. And now Oluwafemiayo is going for 152.5. She gets the extra minute to prepare. I'm not sure how much she needs it. What an absolute star. And more to come. It's Nigeria's third title of the week. And they've won 6 medals, 3 gold, 1 silver, 2 bronze. On this International Day of People with Disability, by the way. Looking to break her own world record, 152.5. Well, every time that they produce the goods, you look at each weight division, you say, well, she's the best. No, she's the best. You can try and work out pound for pound who the best women's powerlifter is right now, but whoever it is, Tbilisi, Jike, Bose, Olayo, or in the case of Folashade, the best women's powerlifter right now is from Nigeria. This one's looking for another world record. 152.5. We'll go to the flags. Three out of 3. It's another world record. She never will flag. Magnificent. Lifting records being broken all over the shop. Folashade Oluwafemi-Ayo has done it again, 152.5, and it's the 4th time this year that she's broken a world record. Absolutely great. That's just superb. That's got the crowd utterly enthused, and for very, very good reason. Amazing feats of strength being shown, and Folashade Oluwafemi-Ayo takes the gold, her 3rd world title, Paralympic champion this year, broke the world record twice in Tokyo, and in Tbilisi takes world championship gold, 152.5 the world record, 148 she wins with in regulation, gold for Nigeria, Zheng the silver for China, Olinik the bronze for Ukraine, Sugden in 4th for Great Britain, lifetime best as well, 130, Mahmoud in 5th, Ali 6th, Alajaj 7, Medeiros 8, Serrano 9, Yang 10, Marian Serrano and Tayana Medeiros both trying for the Americas record and didn't get it. And Olinik, who in a different weight division won Paralympic silver, then drops down to, moves up to this weight division and ends up grabbing the bronze medal, and Sugden is pushed down to 4th after winning Paralympic bronze. A lot going on in this division. Tayana Medeiros had originally pitched herself as being the 3rd heaviest lifter, and there's a lot of competitions, occasional, it's quite regular when the top 4, top 5 will be in order of how they were aiming to lift in the opening round. Medeiros is going to go in third. She's finished 8th. Zheng was going in 5th. She's finished with the silver. What a stunning competition. Folashade Oluwafemiayo will take the gold shortly. In a physical capacity for Nigeria. What a star. What a series of stars Nigeria have.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the victory ceremony for the women's up to 86 kilo category at the 2021 World Senior Powerlifting Championships in Tbilisi, Georgia.
So the victory ceremony for the women's up to 86 kilo final, and a huge amount happened in this, and you had a situation where 6 of the 8 went for the medals, and they were all aiming at silver because Folashade was so far out in front. And the battle for the bronze medal here was between Louise Sugden and Natalia Olejnik. And Olejnik just edged it for Ukraine on 132, having won silver a weight division down in Tokyo at 79. She's moved up to 86 and has taken the bronze. Cheng Fei, silver in Tokyo and silver in Tbilisi on 133. And lifting 19.5 kilos heavier than anyone else, a new world record of 152.5. It's a 4th world record this year, her 3rd world title to go the Paralympic gold, Nigeria's 3rd gold here. Folashade Oluwafemiayo. A brilliant athlete. A great champion, and what a great team had by Nigeria. Another great result for Nigeria, who have got some stable of powerlifters. That was just another top quality event. Great viewing, magnificent entertainment, and real pure power. 152.5, where is she going to end up? What a campaigner she is. A massive winning margin. And she just doesn't have an off day. She comes to a major championship, she's thinking about world records. When others are thinking about just getting into the medals. Oluwafemiayo, the world champion again, a world record again, and we return in 1 hour, 35 minutes for the men's 80 kilo final. And as you'll see, it's going to be a long one. As you'll hear, the Nigerian celebrations are underway again. We'll be back later on.